Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The part 3 of our human resource management. The next we are going to learn about the HR planning and what are the major functions of HRM, the organizational factors. Next is our job description and job analysis and the different methods of forecasting. So first is about the HR planning. Planning means the process of forecasting an organization's future demands for and supply of right type of people in right number at the right time. Basically, planning means it is a manpower employment or else the employment planning. Basically, planning means they try to make sure that first the goals of the any organization is achieved. Next, they'll try to forecast what is the future needs. Basically, they need to satisfy the customer needs. So hence they are going to forecast what is the organization future. It is a subsystem of the total organization planning. Basically, what are the facilities that a planning provides? It facilitates the realization of the company's objective for the future by providing the right type and the number of personnel. Basically, it's also called as a manpower planning or the personnel planning. So as we discussed, there are main four objectives of HRM. So apart from that, it will try to forecast the future requirements for the HR. It will assess the surplus and the shortage of HR, anticipate the impact of technology on the jobs and HR. See, even the planning, it will try to make sure that they are going to bring some of the new technologies in the job. See, besides the HR functions, the technologies, the innovations are being brought, and it will determine the level of requirement as well as the training. They are going to forecast the number of employees who are taking the retirement and the number of employees who are joining into the job. So it will estimate the cost of HR and the housing needs of employees. It will meet the needs of expansions and the diversification programs. It will improve the standards, skills, knowledge, ability, etc. For any organization, the employees are there. So the employee should have a thorough skills ಇರಬೇಕು, knowledge, ability and many more. The next it is the importance of HRM, future personal needs, surplus as well as deficiency. The HR they'll try to make sure that what is the deficient features in any person and they'll try to improve it, creating a highly talented personals, manpower turnover, change in technology. As you know that the technology will be increasing day by day, they'll try to make sure that what are the changes that they can do. Next, the international strategies, the foundation of personal functions, resistance to change and move. And what are the benefits of planning? See, if the proper planning is done by any executive or the manager, and what are the benefits of us? See, basically, try to make sure the scope for the advancement and the development of employees through training and development. See, in this throughout this module of HRM, we are going to deal with mainly it is the training, development, requirement as well as selection. So these are the four main features. So it will estimate the cost of salary enhancement, better benefits. It will give the idea of different types of tests and the interview techniques in the selection based on the level of skills, qualifications, intelligence, value of future HR. The next it is the factors which is affecting the human resource planning. As you know that there are two types of factors, it is internal factors and the external factors. So first is about the external factors. External factors means the factor which is pertaining outside the organization. Basically the government policies, the business environment, information technology, level of technology and the level of economic development. So first we are going to deal with the government policies. See, as we know that for any organization to run, they need to they need to follow the rules and regulations which is provided by the government. They cannot violate any government rules. So, labor policies, industrial relation policies, reservation policies, they need to make sure that equal pay and equal work is mainly noticed. The next is about the level of economic development. It depends on the level of HRD and the availability of human resource in the future in the country. The next comes the business environment. Basically, it is the competitor, volume, product mix, etc. Information technology re-engineering. See, re-engineering means basically they use one particular type of information. So from that particular information, what are the other features they can extract? They're going to refeature them. ERP, supply chain management is also very important. Next, the causes reduction in the human resources, the level of technology, and many more. International factors, this is also important. As we know that the HR, the main, see, even the employees, they'll try to make sure that the company should have a good geographical location. It has to be spread all over the world. So if it needs to be spread all over the world, basically the demand as well as the supply for that particular type of resource should be very high. They know that they can scale with that. The next comes the outsourcing. Basically, it is the availability of outsourcing facilities with required skills and knowledge. Next comes the environment factors. Basically, it is the social, economic, political, environment uncertainties are the one which affects on the requirement as a selection. The next comes the internal factors. So internal factors means the factors which is pertaining within an organizations. Basically, it's all the general topic. The next is about the company policies as well as the procedures, right? The HR manager they try to make sure that what are the company's policies as well as the procedures to the employee. Basically, it is the retirement policies, diversification, alliance, expansion. No? The next comes the transfer policies. Transfer policies means the see they need to sign a bond, right? The employee they need to sign a bond whether in any worst conditions whether the employee is able to work in any other stations, and the promotion policies also. HR policies, the quality of HR compensation QWL. The next comes the job analysis, right? Job analysis, it determines the kind of employees which is required for that company production or the operation policies. Basically, with respect to inventory and outsourcing, basically it is the production of any products in the company and what are the services they are going to follow. So for each of them, the policies are maintained. The next comes the trade union. Basically, the number of working hours. They need to mention the working hours of any company. So whether there is the type of shifts, day shift, night shift, that all needs to be focused. So next is about the HRP process we need to know. So these are the a block diagram for that one. Environment, the organization objectives as well as the procedures. HR supply forecast we need to know. HR need forecast, the HR programming, HRP implementation, the control and evaluation. This all. So we are going to explain in detail. So first one it is the environmental scanning. Environmental scanning means is the factors which is pertaining to HRPS. Basically, there are five different factors: the political factors, the social concerns, demographic changes, technological changes, economic factors. Next, what are the organizational objectives as well as the procedures? See, HR plans need to be based on the organization objectives, right? See, whatever the planning or the decisions which is taken by the HR is okay, but at last the who is the main control of all this HR? Mainly the manager of any organization, right? So basically, based on the principles of any organization's manager, the HR is going to execute that policies. So it states HR plans need to be based on the organization objectives. This implies that the objectives of HR plan must be derived from the organization objectives, right? Basically, what it is saying that the planning of HR must be derived from the organization objectives. The next it is the policies with respect to the production plan, technical plan, and the plan for expansion, diversification, marketing plan, financial plan, promotions, recruitment policies, etc. So this is about the part 2 of no part 3 of the human resource management. So till now we learned about basically again we have brushed the topics, the objectives, what are the functions, and mainly know about the internal method, the external factors of any organization policies, and very important is human resource planning is the topic we have done. Thank you. So please subscribe to our channel, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.